Hello everyone and welcome to the 2019 Drava Forester. Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, gonna join you guys for the final 6 holes of the FPO division. The women have completed 60 holes of golf. That's 3 rounds of 20 that took place on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here we are on Sunday afternoon for the final 6 holes. They're going to be played in front of the assembled gallery. This is Ana. We're starting in reverse order. And Ana puts it up on the dance floor here to get things started. Next up is Vrazdan's own Danica. She is very active, her and her boyfriend, helping push and promote disc golf in the local community. Unfortunately, I think she's going to find herself out of bounds here during this very first throw. She let out a little frustration there. Andreja comes from Budapest, Hungary. That's about 3 hours or so north of where we are in Croatia at the moment. And here is Veronika, who sits also at plus 27. She comes from Slovenia. Her and her husband are working on a disc golf course in their area. I know she's got some ties and some pull with the government there. It sounds like things are moving along nicely, and it sounds like it could be a really great property and facility where they're developing a course. And a woman I'm very familiar with and have seen her and her husband all around the world, actually, is Katka, is the lefty. Goes just deep here on this opening drive. Trying to get her footing here and throwing uphill. Little gallery has formed. And right now, really, it looks like it's pretty much just a battle for who's going to kind of finish in those top couple of podium spots, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And 5th, again, still in contention right there. Katka, on the other hand, seems to have things on lockdown, but anything could happen, I suppose. Problem is, there's only 6 holes for them to try and catch her. Katka starts with a 20-stroke advantage. Oh, okay, strike that. 21 strokes now. What a great putt by Katka. And Ana is a tremendous story as well. She has not been playing long from what I was told. In fact, last year she competed in the, we'll say, non-sanctioned, slightly less structured Beer Forester, which is a concurrent tournament that takes place on just Saturday and Sunday here, where you play 18 relatively short and easy holes off in the woods. And as you may be able to guess, beverages and such can be consumed during that. That is a non-sanctioned portion of this tournament, as opposed to what everyone else is playing right now. So, looks like our tournament director extraordinaire is going to move us over. Dinko instructs Katka where she's going to be going. We're going straight ahead to the basket that she comes up just short of there. Veronika gets that one way up. Oh, almost the black ace. Not going for that one, although she would be parked.
And Ana.
Turnover that puts her right out in the middle. Ana keeps it low. Looks like to have a similar result. And this is the Vrazdan Sports Arena, which is off on the left-hand side where people are kind of hanging out. There's a bar and a grill and a restaurant and such inside there. You can also sit outside. However, there's a ton of sporting activities that can and do take place in there. I saw some form of mixed martial arts or something going on in there. We saw table tennis, volleyball, all sorts of activities going on in there, and also hosted us for our lunch each of the 3 days we were there. Danica just a bit deep on her approach. Giving it a little bit of a jumper. As you can see in here, a little bit of wind picking up. We had various conditions throughout the weekend overall. It's comfortable in pants and maybe a long sleeve shirt. Warmed up a little bit here for the finals, but really blessed with gorgeous weather otherwise. There's some of the wind that picked up. Now she's coming back. Unfortunately, it looked like she went just about the same distance. Little pro tip, getting that nose up in the wind can certainly lift it and carry it all the way past a basket pretty quickly anytime you're putting into a headwind. This is Ana for her par. Solid. A little bit of putting woes here. Got to be a little bit stressful, I assume. Not only do you have the gallery out there watching, most of the people from the tournament are all here taking it all in, plus a little extra wind, and I try and stay out of the way, but sometimes I think any and all cameras can make some players a little bit nervous. And Veronika with a great par as well. Danica had said earlier in the week that she really appreciates, I'm not trying to give myself a pat on the back here, but she said she really does appreciate the FPO coverage that I try to put out as much as possible, and I'm really glad that her boyfriend, and any of the other locals can take in some FPO coverage from around the world. I'm glad to do so. So sitting one down through 2 holes, Katka lining up, and her lefty shot doesn't quite crest the hill. The basket is directly in front of them. And if you come up short, there's a hazard area. And that's exactly where we find her. Veronika. Now, Ana, very smart. She's laying up even short of the hazard area. And then she's going to try and attempt to throw over it from there. Same play by Andreja. Off in the distance, I see Maya, or one of her co-directors, her and her brother Dinko, the main organizers here, just 2 of the most tremendous hosts you could ever ask for at a disc golf event. It looks like Ana's game plan just a bit foiled there after going out of bounds on her second shot. Solid approach. I will stress a million times over that disc golf, although we're here watching the finals and enjoying the action, hopefully you guys have consumed the MPO finals, also the MPO final round. Disc golf really just almost feels like a side event in the amount of fun and activities that you'll have at this tournament. Otherwise, it is really 4 or 5 or 6 days of fun, I guess. There was costume contests, there were games, wine tasting, Halloween costume parties, celebrations. just everything you could ask for and then some, with just a really, really amazing community feel. I feel like I got to know almost every single one of the 70 or 80 competitors that were there throughout the week, and everyone just having a really good time. Nice putt. Yes, there is some disc golf. There's also some putting competitions and other games. I'm sure they could run the numbers for us sometime, but I'd love to know the return rate of tournament players for this event, as we see a good putt there by Veronika. It has to be one of the most successful repeat tournament player rates of any event in the world, in terms of the people that come one year and then having them come back the following year and additional years after that. Just incredible. Ana with the double bogey. She's going to separate herself by a stroke. We'll see what kind of ground she can make up as we're looking at the beautiful Drava River. The first 6 to 8 holes of this course play alongside the river. They're relatively open. This is kind of the space that you'll see this course on for the first third of the course, or first half of the course. And then if you saw from the other footage, it gets really wooded and certainly tightens up for the other part of the course. And there's a miss Mando by Katka, really her first mistake we've seen. You do have to go to the right of the tree that's by the basket. You can hear the wind. That's a great drive. 282 feet here on hole 4. I'm not smart enough to do a meter conversion. I'm gonna guess it's probably around 80, 82, maybe 85 meters, somewhere in that neighborhood. I might be way off with that though. You'd think after being there for a week I'd get smarter, but I didn't. And Ana hits the wall. Now, Ana is, again, she's just 15 years old. So an incredibly bright future for her. She hasn't been playing long. And it looks like she has some really solid form. And I think that's a name you're going to see and hear more of in the future if she sticks with it. Seems like a few adult beverages maybe being enjoyed in the background. I'm not going to say that's a theme throughout the week, but it is. Solid approach. Also off in the background, you're seeing our 5 MPO finalists all getting warmed up and ready to go. They'll be playing immediately following the completion here of this FPO division. Now, Katka's moving to the not all too punishing drop zone, and she's going to walk away with a par. Solid putting has been her key all week, it looks like. I know Dinko and Maya and crew have been awarded the bid to host a Spring Forester. I believe that's the opening of the 2020 Euro Tour. I don't know that we'll see any of these temporary baskets or configurations in play. We'll probably see more of the regular course, which again plays through part of this property. But looking forward to the 2020 Euro Tour opening here, also in Croatia. I'll go ahead and say I think it's going to be a very different style of tournament. So I know I've talked up the Drava Forester and this fall event and the fun that's had there. I expect to still have plenty of fun at the Spring Forester, but that's definitely a little bit more serious competitive style. So just keep that all in mind and keep that in check as you move into the spring of 2020. So after saving her par, Katka is going to go up by the sports arena. And when she's aiming for me, I just barely get out of the way. And she's going to find herself within 15 feet of the pin directly behind it. There's essentially a square area directly in front of the basket that is considered out of bounds. You can miss to the left and to the right, and you'll be fine. Or you can come up really short, so to speak, lay up short of that hazard zone, or, like I said, go way off to one of the sides, as we just saw that shot. But if you come up too short, you will find yourself out of bounds or in the hazard area. And what a shot! And playing the full flex, but coming up just short. So Anna will putt, or correction, sorry, Andreja will putt from there with penalty. Danica just long on her approach. She's got a little work to do. Oh, and almost saving the par. Veronika finding herself inside 20 feet. Oh, yeah, and maintaining that slim margin over Andreja at the moment. Yeah, solid putt. Great birdie by Anna. I think to further clarify, at the time of this event, she was just 15 years old. Within a few weeks of the tournament, she turned 16. So just really excited to see the bright career and future that she's going to have for herself here in disc golf if she sticks with it. And Andreja, unfortunately, does let another stroke slip past her that she'll give away there. Danica will tap in for the bogey. And as we're heading into the final hole of competition, the obligatory high five, smiles all around. Such an incredible week here. And Katka has taken her massive lead and just only extended it here in the finals. Such a fierce competitor. Katka at the time rated 909. It looks like that might have stayed in bounds. That same little ditch or tributary, I don't know if that's the official term there, is off to that left-hand side, but it looks like she might have stayed in bounds. Of course, the pavement here playing as out of bounds as well. And I like the play. If you keep it low, you could probably skip it off. She doesn't even play for that. She just goes deep. That should give her a birdie look. Andreja's got the right idea. Get in bounds. Oh, forward progress. And she finds herself in bounds. Katka just needs to lay it up. Oh. Okay. Starts out with a great uphill putt, ends with a great uphill putt. Finishes +4 on the weekend. And talk about consistency as Katka's your champion. 924, 924, and 916 golf. So played above her rating all 3 rounds. Oh, and just barely staying in bounds.
This girl here, she was in FPO Forester last year. So think how far you can come. She's amazing. This girl there.
If there's anyone that knows what's going on, it's definitely Zoe. Zoe, the most enthusiastic partier of the event? Yeah, we'll give her that title. Andreja for birdie. And now I'm going to check in with our champion, Katka. But before I do so, I want to say thank you again to Maya and Dinko, Vanya, the entire staff and crew, anyone that was all hands on deck to make this week so incredible here in Croatia. One of the best experiences of my life.
Katka Boďová.
It's a little loud, but I'm going to catch up with Katka inside the arena for her champion interview. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. We just watched the incredible finals taking place. Katka, I got to first start by saying you did it wrong. On the final hole, you're supposed to just lay it up next to the basket so you can be the last to tap in. You've won before. What were you thinking?
Well, I was laying up my throws all tournament. I just really wanted to go for it. I really did want to.
All right, well, you had a very sizable win, 24 in fact. Pretty crazy weekend, lots of golf, but you guys had to travel 3-4 hours just to get here and play?
Something like 4 hours. Definitely closer than you had to travel before.
Yeah, well, you said you had to go through 4 or 5 countries to get here.
5 different countries, 4, well, only one border crossing. There's only one border where they check documents.
All right, so you're finally winding down your season. I've seen you in the USA, I think I've seen you in Finland, I've seen you all over the world. Where will I see you next?
You're gonna see me...
US?
Slovakia?
Slovakia. Well, then we have to talk about that.
Yes.
All right. Next year, World Championships possibly?
Hopefully. I'm planning to.
All right. Well, this is Katka. She had a sizable victory this weekend, a very impressive performance out there, including canning the last putt to finish it out in style. We'll catch you guys next time.